a video rather than one long one.
But you were talking about her playing softball.
Uh-huh.
You remember one time when Larry, her nephew, hitchhiked down from Kingsport when he was a teenager. And before they got home, he and I were out in the front yard passing softball. Of course, he was older than I was. So. But Mom came home and she parked that old 53 Plymouth or whatever it was out, and she had groceries in her pocketbook. And she came up and we were throwing back and forth across the front yard. She set her groceries down in her pocketbook. And I said, "You want to throw one?" And she did, and she it burned my hand in his heart. And so I went, "Wow!" And Larry said, "Come on." And so he caught one, and he said the same thing. And she picked her groceries up and went.
Yep, the woman had gifts.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, but she used to beat all of us in arm wrestling.
All
of us grandchildren, all the boys.
She knew when to quit, I guess.
When Mother first moved down here, she didn't play softball. She'd never seen softball. And they were out there playing. She was just sitting around, and somebody had to leave, so they needed another one. He said, "Would you come in and play?" She said, "Well, I guess." And the rest was history. They wanted her on their team. She played pitcher and third base.
And well.
And very
well, right.
But she was a big pitcher.
Yeah. And back to her work experiences. She graduated from Knoxville High School with, we would call it now, a business diploma. I don't know if it had a special diploma name then, but business courses, lots of them. And she was accepted at Knoxville Business College, and she started out there. And the president of the college called my papa and said, "Now we have this job that's open. We think Juanita can take it. She knows all this stuff here. Only thing she doesn't know is shorthand, and she can learn enough shorthand. She can learn that on the job. So we really think that she would be the best candidate for this job, and we'll refund her money." So Papa talked to Mother about that, and she was amenable to that. She liked earning money, and she saved it. She did good things with it, and so that's what happened. She was frugal. Another thing is, she told me that she went to visit Aunt Lucille. This is not for publication. She went to visit Aunt Lucille, and Lucille gave her a cigarette to smoke. And she was there for a week. And all week, she smoked one cigarette with breakfast. And Lucille, at the end of the week, said, "What are you going to do with those cigarettes?" She said, "Well, I'm leaving them here." Said, "That money that I earn at Cress's, I need to spend that on other things." But I thought that was just interesting.
I remember talking about smoking that one cigarette.
Yeah.
Where was she working when they gave her money for her wedding dress?
It's in the book.
Maybe Costco?
No, I can't remember. Aunt Mary Lynn went to work there after Mother got married. But her boss called her in and said that we want to give you, that's the bosses together, want to give you, I think it was $400 for your wedding. Now that's a lot of money. And she bought that beautiful wedding gown right over there, and we definitely got our money's worth out of it.
We have another daughter who wants to wear it.
All right.
Heather wants to wear it.
All right. Ariel's got it. That's an Ariel's. Yeah, Ariel's got it heirloomed, so. It's air out, yeah, right. But yeah, they gave her that money, and they said, "Don't tell the other girls."
That's awesome.
Right.
A lot of money.
Yeah. There's a lot of stories.
There were 3 other people who were the
Yeah, the daughters, granddaughter, Frida, and then there was a friend of Mother's that wore it. I don't know of anybody else.
her best friend and a friend who just had
Okay, I don't remember who the other one was, but I believe it because she was generous. Yep.
She taught me other lessons that you don't think about, just casual things. Like when I first started to have a girlfriend, and I went down to pick her up at Robert Shaw, and I picked her up in the Javelin. If you remember that, the Javelin. I picked her up, and anyway, a girl walked by that was a really pretty girl, and she was walking away from me, and Mom saw me looking at her, and she said, "No, don't you have a girlfriend?" I said, well, "Yeah, we just started kind of seeing each other." She said, "Is it respectful to look at another girl if you have a girlfriend?" I've taken that to heart.
That's good.
No.
That's good.
Yeah. I've just kept.
No, Jeannie, you need to learn the lesson.
I've always kept my.
Yeah, Kenny alluded to the fact that sometimes her bosses didn't appreciate her till she'd left.
Right.
And there was one boss, I won't name which company it was, but all our siblings know.
Yeah, I know.
And the guy there wanted to take some liberties with her. And she just, not pretty much said no, she said no. And it was like a little more pressure, and then later on he let her go. He said, "We have too many in this department, and we're going to let you go. Thanks." And so she went to Robert Shaw to work. And later on, somehow she saw him again. I think she went back to the company to visit some of her friends, and he said, "I think I let the wrong woman go. You probably said girl." And she didn't even reply.
Yeah. Right.
No, that did not deserve a reply.
Yeah.
But, there's that quietness, but firmness for standing up for what you believe.
I would not have made it through and out of nursing school without her. And Jeannie. Jeannie after nursing school. But for me to go and work and have 2 children and then 3 children, and
Yeah.
she never complained about it.
Never
No.
complained about anything. But I remember.
You know, when I'm gonna say this about Mama D. One time I had taken Jeremy over to stay at Mama D's house. He wasn't but maybe 4 or 5 months old. And I was going back to class, and thank you. And I think it was Miss Hom.
Yeah.
She came up and she says, "Are you gonna let her use you for a babysitter?" She said, "Well, I don't, no, I'm not." And when the day or so later, I said, "Grandmother, if you would like, I can put Jeremy in daycare." And she said, "Oh, no, just keep bringing him here."
Yeah. Yeah, she kept him and kept Jason some.
Kept Aaron.
Oh yeah, Aaron. Little darling Aaron. You were so cute.
Yeah. What happened?
You were, no, you were still
You
cute.
little skinny girl.
Did you find that picture of her looking with her goggles on, looking in the shallow water?
I don't have that. I've got the one of her in the baby bed where she's going like this.
Yeah, I see that on Facebook.
Right. I'm gonna stop this now and start.